Hey, this is Bassem, and I'm with Anjana. And we're here live from Calabro co-working and event space in the heart of Little Italy.
You gotta say that in French.
C'est trop difficile, mon ami. No, I said it's too difficult, my friend.
No, just be yourself.
Okay,
man.
okay. Hey everyone, this is Bassem El Goabi, your co-host for Grassroots GrowthCast, right? It's called the Grassroots GrowthCast, right?
GrowthCast by Grassroots.
I thought we were going with Grassroots GrowthCast.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah. This is the GrowthCast, because what's the handle, right? Well, we said the handle was G GrowthCast.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the GrowthCast by Grassroots. Yeah, I think that's better, right? What do you think?
Okay.
Bonjour, nous sommes ici dans Calabro, espace de l'événement pour y travailler. I think it would only make sense if I was talking more in French, but just to have me say one sentence and then go back into English.
It's just we'll start with I'll introduce in English because we can't both introduce at the same time. You know what I mean?
I know.
So I'll introduce in English, and after that you can say in French. What that will do is that it will get more attention. Oh shit, we're live.
Can you unlive?
That'd be good.
You're still live?
We're live.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay. Let me see the real quick save. Okay. So we are live. Leave this right here. I'm going to send you the link. Send it.
You're going to send me the link on WhatsApp? And what do you want me to do with it?
Let people know you're live.
No. So share it so you have maybe?
Yeah, everyone you know.
Are we ready?
Okay, let me check the sound if we're on track.
I think someone's coming.
I didn't know this was being.
Yeah.
I wasn't told this was booked. Is it booked?
Well, we talked to Mohammed that we were doing a
Yeah,
podcast.
he needs to keep. Yeah, because I also talked to him that I was working overnight, so it's fine. I'll go upstairs.
Okay.
But yeah, just tell him whenever Mohammed says something, make sure he puts it in the actual schedule, just for your own safety.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be out of here by 10:30.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, we got 2 viewers.
Okay. Yeah,
So
there's
we
one.
gotta make sure that
Yeah.
the sound is on.
Okay.
See if the sound is on. So I just want to make sure everything is all right. Sorry about that. It's the first time.
Okay, testing.
Test. No. So go to the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Here.
Yeah.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
Everything working perfectly fine, I guess.
Testing, testing. Everything working perfectly fine.
Okay, we'll place it like this over here.
Oh, I need that one. Because I'm going to have the poem. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't close this. Just open it like this.
Okay.
So I have to get my bags over there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So do you need it to be completely closed, or can people like come to the washroom, or do you have to message you first? Like, is this an issue? 'Cause,
No,
yeah.
I mean, if somebody needs to come, they come, and then they just close it after.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Shelby.
Okay, let's get things started. We are live on YouTube. This is the Grassroots GrowthCast. We are your hosts. I'm Anjana Samarjee, and this is my co-host.
Bassem El Gouabi. Bienvenue à Collaboro, espace du événement puis travail. We are in Ottawa, so we try and put in a little bit of French as well, but primarily speaking English today, and
Yes.
let's get going.
Let's get going. So, since this is the first episode, let's start with the little bit about ourselves. Yeah. All right. So
Bassem grew up most of my life in Ottawa, background in entrepreneurship, and then saw the trends going into digital media and did studies there, and then started Grassroots about a decade ago. Part of my motivation has been being a storyteller and someone who was a bit shy growing up, and then and then found an outlet in creative writing and poetry and things like that, which allowed me to share my own story, and then realize that it was a powerful medium to share other people's stories and to relate with them.
Inspiring. So a bit about me. So I grew up in Sri Lanka. So came here not so long ago, to be precise, last year, September. And met this genius. As soon after I got here, I had to go through a lot of people, mostly because I've been reaching out to like a lot of people, and most of them said no. But however, this one guy named John Wilman helped me out. So he introduced me to Bassam. So we went back and forth in meetings, and we started off like he trying to get me a job, and after that we were discussing, and we started like, why don't we just
work
do
together?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here we are, and also we are live in Preston, so Canada, Preston, Ontario. So this is Collabro. So for those who doesn't know about Collabro, this is one of the most, and I'm telling y'all, not because we come here, but not because we host this here, but because this is one of the most best co-working places out there.
Yeah, I would concur with that. You don't notice the time going when you're working here.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And also they got one of the best coffees.
Yeah. So it used to be a German Lutheran church, and then the owner, Muhammad, really reimagined it while keeping some of the spirit that was there. So the colors, the utility of it, the outlets, just everything is really amazing here. We're in the lounge area downstairs, but there's a beautiful upstairs and just different beautiful venues. So we thank Collabro for allowing us to host this GrowthCast here. And we're really excited to build on this, and we'll be having this at least once a month, and we'll be having guests on for our different GrowthCasts.
Exactly. So right now we just started this. So started this as in like just casually, no pre-marketing, no nothing. We decided to start this because it's all about it's all those who are watching. I can see like there's one of y'all watching. Even if it's one, it means a lot to us. And also, for those who are watching, this is a good example of taking action. We decided not so long ago and decided, hey, why not? Like before, it's not just all about, planning and doing this and that. Why not just
start?
Just start. Take
yeah.
action, so we took action. As you can see, it's not perfect, but we're going to build upon this. So, first episode. So right now we're going to talk about more of like, about ourselves, like what motivates us to like get this going, this and that. To be frankly, like what motivates me to get this going and like all these things is because like, you see, like when I see my mom, I see more than one reason to push, get things going, become rich. Because one of like, in my perspective, one of the goals that I have is to spoil them.
Mm-hmm.
And also like I'm constantly asking and telling God that I'm pushing and trying my best and just like keep them live, keep them healthy, till we make it, and been here for like 12 months max. To this day, I'm really happy about my accomplishments because I met this brilliant person, lovely person, and I've increased my network thanks to him, of course, because he introduced me to a lot of people. And so because thanks to him, I increased my network. And so right now we're at Collabro.
Yep.
Took action.
Yep.
Right now, if you're watching this, I can see like 2 people watching. So
Yeah.
If you're watching this, all right, all I'm telling you to do, if there's something that you're on your mind that you want to do, just take action. That's it.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, basically sometimes it's hard, right? And I'll get into a little bit more about my story and how this wouldn't be a natural thing that you would assume that I would be doing years ago, because, you know, I've, like, you know, a little bit of background. I had a book launch here in 2023, based on a book that I published called Solemn Stream: A Poetic Journey Through Faith in Bipolar. So I went through my own mental health struggles, which really allowed me to examine what success was in my life and what I needed to do to feel like a success or to overcome those challenges, right? So yeah, so that's kind of like kind of the raison d'etre. It's like full circle to be here. It's not always going to be perfect and polished. We're not running off a script today. We're just having a casual conversation.
Freestyling.
Yeah, we were going to have a guest today. Something unforeseen came. So we decided, hey, this is our first episode. Let's just have a conversation. Start
casual,
and talk.
It's all about, I mean, even when we were starting this, I mean, we were like a bit scared, not gonna lie, because we're only human. We were a bit nervous, but there's something that I believe in, and also he believes in, that if you're afraid to jump, and that's the exact moment that you should jump. It's not about jumping, it's about taking action. If you feel nervous, okay, good. I mean, you're feeling nervous for a reason. So that's good. That's good. So
Anjana,
here we are.
Let's talk a bit more about what, you know, in practical terms, what made you jump to come to Canada just under a year ago, right? And now you're here, and now we're working together, working on some client work, trying to build on some momentum. Mm-hmm. It's a big leap to come from Sri Lanka, where you were already doing things in your field. So why don't you talk about the mindset you needed to have and develop to come to Canada?
So, yeah, it is. It's a good question. So the whole motivation behind this is that, like, when I started back in Sri Lanka, I worked at a agency, lovely people. And also, like, right now we're mostly friends right now, not just co-workers, friends. And I built up my entire career over there. And after that, and also, like, I started back in 2016, to be precise, 2016. So it's just like, for next year, it's gonna be close to 10 years. So I started with...
And how old are you, by the way?
I'm 24.
Okay, so still a young gun.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. So so I started with basic stuff, Illustrator, Photoshop, back in 2016, creating some logos, and got into Fiverr, and worked there. Like, I did some couple of gigs, and mostly sub gigs from fellow contractors and freelancers. And after that, I joined one of the agencies in Sri Lanka. And also, like, if I'm referring someone, as in, like, for like, get something done, or in terms of this and that, I would refer back to them, because they have one of the best management teams. Mm-hmm. So I built my stuff over there. I enhanced my skills, learned new things, learned project management and how to lead a team, this and that. So I worked there, and while I was working, I started Uprising back in 2022.
Okay.
And
Uprising was a...
Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. So Uprising is a digital marketing agency that I created back in 2022 in Sri Lanka. So it went pretty well, handled a couple of gigs, clients, this and that, and there were like over 10 contractors. They were like working for us. And I was thinking, and I was saying to myself, why do you limit yourself when you can have it all? Like, there's a huge currency difference in Sri Lanka and USD, like USD or Canadian.
Yeah.
You know, so I was saying to myself, why should I limit myself? I
Right.
have all this potential. You know?
There's a whole world out there.
There's a whole world out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I said to myself, sure, why not like go, you know, like reach for the stars. So, and also that is a, and also that is also a one of the situation that I took action actually. As you can see, the reason that I'm here is because I took action, and also, so bit about the story. So it was a bit tricky, but I did it. Here we are, right? So and also a bit about what I was thinking. So I was saying like to myself, like there's the whole world out there, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
So
why
I think,
not?
Yeah. So I think basically you were
Exactly.
saying like you wanted to explore that world, to explore new networks, new people.
Exactly.
And one of the ways was to come through academics, and then you were connected. You reached out to different professors, different
Yes.
students, and then
Yes.
John Willman, who's a good friend and mentor of mine, and is coordinator of different programs at Algonquin College, connected us together, and eventually we decided to work together in Grassroots Multimedia.
Exactly. I don't know if you can see the so there's a huge banner
Yeah.
besides us. So if you don't know about Grassroots Multimedia, search it right now. It's a building company, you know, like it's on its way to the big leagues, because we're and also whoever's watching, and I have no doubt about this, we are one of the most best CGI creators in Ottawa. If you go check our portfolio, you might see why. You'll find out why. So, and also, and a bit about the backstory. So I got here. So the whole reason that I came through the academic side, is that I could increase my network. Not about like learning things, maybe it could be a part of it, but mostly networking. Because college is one of the best places that you
Sure.
can increase your network.
True.
So that's how I did it.
True.
That's how I met
Yeah.
him. So
And that's how I got like a background. I took 3 programs at Algonquin College. First one was years ago, called what's now called Business and Entrepreneurship. And even before that, I had tried to do some college, and I was, like I mentioned, going through some struggles. But when I went in full force, I did really well, because I had realized through personal development, through trial and error in my own life, that showing up is half the battle. Staying after class and talking to your professors, especially if it's in a business program, you know, they charge a lot of money just for consulting. So why are we rushing out of classes when we can talk to them? Making connections with your fellow students, fellow classmates, right? And then I went back and did 2 certificates in the School of Media and Design, e-publishing and mobile social media management. The last one being in 2013-14, and I had a game plan to start Grassroots Multimedia after that. And in a way of giving back was one of the first projects that I did as a company was promoting the programs that I had graduated from at Algonquin College, like mobile social media management. We did an event called Digicom Ottawa, and also Grassroots has been really dedicated to social causes and social programs. So we had an awareness booth for an organization called Anxiety Disorders Association of Ontario. So we've always had a dear heart in the company ethos for nonprofits and for helping social causes, and we can talk a little bit about the documentary project that is a long-term project for us about highlighting nonprofits in Ottawa as well. So what else do you want to talk about, Anjana?
all right.
Yeah.
So sorry, I was just fixing my setup.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. If I ask you, let's say if you want to start something, right? Like, what is your side of things? Like, what is your perspective on taking action?
Okay. What is my perspective on taking action?
Taking action, yeah.
Yeah, I think that getting your, I mean, you know, like if you build your network, right? Try and surround yourself with people that are not going to second guess you. Like they can give you like real talk and feedback, but people that try and see other people that have done something similar to what you're trying to do, and then work with them, collaborate with them, have a coffee with them, right? Reach out. I became really good at, you know, pacing myself and talking to different people. As you know, like I've introduced you to a lot of like, you know, it's not like the most people, but like I have a good amount of people in my network, and I have like real relationships with them, you know? Like I really value relationships because of my past, decades ago being really suffering with anxiety and stuff like that. But coming through that, just valuing relationships, both personal and professional, right? And then also the idea of putting things on paper, typing things, brainstorming, and then just doing and working with other people. Like working with you is making me take action quicker. Like I was saying, do we have to really go live in this first one? You know, like we're just having a conversation and stuff like that. But you're like, no, we got to do it and document it and go full force. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and also, I actually forgot what I was about to say. Speaking of anxiety, so before I'm coming to Canada, I was super nervous, I ain't gonna lie. So which means like I was even afraid to order through phones. So which means like order online. I mean, I was afraid
like
to do that.
food and stuff, right?
Food and stuff, yes.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, you know it.
Yeah,
I mean, whoever is watching should know that too.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't liked or subscribed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really help us out. And also, this channel is Bitcoin back in 2013. You know what happened to Bitcoin? So we're gonna grow. So we started off with 0 subscribers. Right now, to this day, we got 171 subscribers. So thank you all, whoever subscribed, whoever liked our page. Thank you all. And also, in terms of the anxiety, right? That's what I was talking about. So I was super anxious. I didn't even want to talk to people, you know, like I was by my own, didn't want to take action, this and that, but I had to invent this whole new person in order to take action and in order to network with people and increase the network and do this and that. But here we are, we did it. I did it. So it's just like I got rid of my anxiety, like social anxiety. Right now, I don't have any problems whatsoever in terms of talking to someone or whatever. And also it really helped me out in terms of, we used to do, we are doing it right now. Which means like going on site and pitching people onto business. You know, we are going to like business to business, pitching people. Like it is super cool.
What we do, what we can do for them, listen to what they need, things like that, right? Although everybody with anxiety and things like this, everybody's on a spectrum or everybody's on a different leg of the journey, right? So even for myself, like if you're diagnosed with generalized anxiety, for instance, you might never really solve it completely, but you can learn to manage it. And also be kind to yourself if you've already done something in the day and you're like, okay, you know, I've done one event, I don't necessarily need to go to this other social gathering because I need to respect how I'm feeling, you know? So that type of thing. But yeah, you can go a long way when you're listening to listen to your heart, listen to your mind about what you need, what you're trying to achieve, right?
Yes, yes. So, and also in terms of the drive and the taking action part, it all comes down to what you do. So, which means that, let's say if you're planning on starting a business, it could be something that if you wanna get a promotion or like work harder and get a promotion or like whatever, right? There are people out there who prefers a simple lifestyle, and I truly respect that. But for me, the simple lifestyle ain't gonna cut it, because I'm someone who dreaming big. There's a target that I'm aiming for, the Forbes 30 under 30. So I will go there sometime down the road. I will go there. And also in terms
is there a Forbes 45?
There is actually. I think
Okay.
there should be
Under 50?
under 50. I think.
Yeah, okay,
there
okay.
should
So
be.
I still got a shot at that one, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
nice,
course.
nice.
And also the whole part about taking action is that if you want to start a business, planning things is not actually doing the actual thing. If you're telling someone about it, it's not actually doing the thing. If you like writing it down, is not doing the thing. The actually does the thing is that taking action and doing the actual thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get simpler than that. And also in terms of, I mean, the way I live is really hard for someone else to live. And you gotta, as Bassam said, you gotta respect your mental health and the way you like driving yourself.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm putting in 16 plus hours per day into this business and into all the things that I do. And that's me. But however, you don't have to push that hard if you cannot. It's all comes down to capabilities. But me, I'm fearless. So, and also, we're planning on dropping some merch. And if you're watching this, save the date for November 13th. We're gonna drop merch, Fearless by Faith. So, which means, and also, it's not just you can't just like buy it as soon as you get to the website. You can't do that, because to be honest, I don't like lazy people wearing my stuff. So if you're driven, if you have what it takes, you can apply for it and see. You can test things out. You can apply. So there's an initial application that you need to apply for this. Like, see if you're a good fit for this, because isn't just a hoodie, or this isn't just like a clothing brand. This is the future. This is more of a community, the 1% community, the 1%, the people who takes action.
Yeah. So to really embody Fearless by Faith, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how about, like, I mentioned a little bit about, I think a little bit about how I published that book of poetry.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a 25-year collection, right? Starting from 1997. So
Yeah. So if whoever's watching, you gotta check this book out.
Yeah.
So I'm not someone who reads that much, because number one, I'm kind of dyslexic. So it is really hard for me to read. But however, I read this book. It's one of the most like best and also inspiring books that I ever read. So it's highly recommended, not just by me, by a lot of people. If you don't know, go to Amazon right now, or you can go to
solemnstream.com, right? And then there's SoundCloud. You can listen to bonus material and samples from the book if you just want to listen to it. And then you can also click through to Amazon and buy the book. But right now I just wanted to share 2 short pieces from the book in order, and the motivation to share the story is to be able to relate to that person that might be like me 10, 15, 20 years ago, early in that journey. And I would have liked to know that there's other people like me have gone through these different things, right? So the first one is, I guess the title of the book's called Solemn Stream. So there's a short poem that goes like this. Written in my mind are words I seek to find, in a transit state, waiting to take flight. Not just any prose, the kind that can expose the inner truths I see, subjective though they be. A kind of revelation, illicit or narration, the page a conduit for carried contemplation, in order to set free things that had to be within a solemn stream of pearls half buried.
Nice. That is beautiful. That's truly inspiring.
Thank you. And I'll share one more piece.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is around like mental health advocacy and building a movement of people, whether that's through writing or whether that's through having tough conversations or conversations with your co-workers or friends. It's called Let's Build a Momentum They Can't Ignore. I have a dream, a vision, and an inkling of something greater that could be. I know in my heart that if I overcome my fears and supposed limitations, I could play a part in making it a reality. I reckon we are here at this moment by no accident of fate and circumstance, but rather we are here to fulfill our great potentials and inspire others to advance. We may stumble on our tactics and finding the right words. We may make mistakes in how we present our case or have it heard. But the mission is a worthy one. And if we stick to it, there's no reason it can't succeed. The time for chipping away is over. We are here to make breakthroughs. We don't need the mainstream or its media to turn the tide in our favor. The grassroots, the social sphere, the tools at our disposal can build the momentum they can't ignore. Why should I speak in hushed tones about this cause, about breaking down the barriers of stigma and its unwritten laws? I could try and separate my identity, divorce myself from the label, and blend into normalcy. Maybe I would get further ahead into the traditional sense by leaving this responsibility to someone else. For to combat stigma, stigmata might have to be my personal fate. Unless I can network with those already on the front lines and help recruit others from both the inside and out to participate.
Yeah, it was good. You see how beautiful that is, and that is from the book itself. And also there's a huge part of it which plays a crucial role in his life, and not just his life. And I mean, it is really inspiring because you can get a lot of things out of it. Because number one, it is a collection of 25, is it
25 years?
It's 25 years, guys. Tell me, like, you can't beat that. That's 25 years of documentation, nonstop, day by day, every single day.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be a book at the beginning. I was just using it as a coping mechanism, as a outlet, as something that helped me express myself in ways that I couldn't in other ways, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, so that's part of my origin story, I guess, to get to where I wanted to be. Like, we don't always appreciate going through some of those episodes and some of those hard times in the past. We don't appreciate how the lessons that we learn until we look back, until after we get out of that, you know?
Exactly.
But at the same time, you know, the book talks about faith as well. We talked about faith. And some of my sweetest moments have been later on in my journey still, when I was feeling the lowest, because at my lowest, I was nurturing or developing that relationship with God, right? Mm-hmm. And it's when you're at your lowest and nobody else can help you, that you turn to him sincerely and he will answer your prayers.
Exactly.
And in essence, if you are praying, that's already an answer to your prayers, because you know what door to go to.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not everybody, you know, believes the same way or in the same thing, but I think that, you know, we all have things that give us meaning and that we turn to, and that's why Fearless by Faith is not any one faith. It's not any one way of. It's about a belief in something greater than ourselves, right?
Exactly. And also, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In your life, you need to have a higher purpose than money. Because if you don't have a higher purpose in your life is miserable. So you gotta always have faith in God, whoever you believe in. Just put God first. It could be anyone. It could be Jesus. It could be Allah. It could be Buddha. It could be anyone. You just have to put God first, and the rest will follow. That's why, like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, everyone, like, if you go to my contents right now, I'm talking about this, the whole mindset thing, the mindset shift. The mindset shift start with how you approach a problem. So, which means that you will come across various types of difficult situations. But however, if you take that as not as a problem, but if you take that in as a challenge, my brothers and whoever's watching this, ladies and gentlemen, you will win in life. It's all about how you perceive a problem. If you see it as a challenge, just like this, because I mean, before we start this, like before we start this, I didn't even know how to go live, and here we are live.
Yeah.
And there's one watching us right now. So whoever's watching, if you haven't subscribed or liked, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Hit that like button, and also turn the bell notifications on. This is not just about
One episode.
It's
the
gonna
beginning.
be
It's the first step in a journey of 1,000
exactly
miles.
1,000 miles.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So which means that this is the first. This is the what do you call it? This is the start,
The launch.
the launch.
Yeah.
This is the something new. Like this is one of those things that you start with on a like a lower level, but down the road you grow.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, this channel is gonna be like Bitcoin back in 2013 when it got first launched. We're gonna grow. We are growing right now. So we had 0 subscribers. Right now we got 171. And also there's another channel of ours, Storylines Productions. So on there we're listing various types of commercials, stories, mainly
short
documentaries,
documentaries,
and
on different topics and themes. Yeah, and for this GrowthCast that we're hosting, we're gonna have different guests, but it's going to be a conversation. It's not like your typical like one-on-one type thing.
Exactly.
It's a conversation on mindset, a conversation on meaning, conversation on success, things like that. And we mentioned John Willman. He was going to be the guest today, but wasn't able to make it. But we're going to have him probably the next episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we'll have a good conversation with him. He developed a course called Entrepreneurial Mindset and interviewed many entrepreneurs and people that have that successful mindset, that talk about barriers and challenges that they've faced, and he's talked about how that course has really helped all sorts of students, whether they want to be an entrepreneur or not, to begin to dream and allow themselves to dream for whatever that dream looks like for them.
Exactly. And also for those who are struggling to overcome procrastination, one of the best advice that I can give you guys is that, like, this is a proven method that I've tried and also trying. So which means that if you ever came across a situation where like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or whatever, count to 5 and then stand up and do the thing. I know it may seem like, oh, is it gonna work? It will. It does. I've tried it. He has tried it. So it's a proven method. So if you haven't, if you're struggling with like taking action, just count to 5 and just do the thing. Because there are 2 options in your life. Number 1, you can just start to live in your comfort zone and just do nothing at all, just like being comfortable and just doing nothing, this and that. And also there's another option that you have in your life, because it's free will, you can do whatever you want. The other one is that taking action, whatever needs to be done, get it done, because you're not gonna, like, a lot of
imperfect action, right? It's not gonna be perfect. You're gonna make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You're gonna fail, but fail forward, right?
Exactly.
Learn things, right? Like this what, you know, this is our first podcast. You know, it's not all polished. You know, we didn't decide what we were gonna talk about necessarily, right? But it's a start, right? A start of a journey, and you just keep improving, and people appreciate the fact that you're human, right?
Exactly.
That you're going to make mistakes, or that you're not going to be perfect the first time.
Exactly.
Right?
So we're not perfect, and also I don't believe in perfection. What I believe in consistency, persistence. So if you're consistent enough, if you are gonna, you know, like, try your best every single day, trust me, that perfection, you will get to that level, the perfection, if you try your best.
It excellence.
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 Not perfection.
Perfection is for God.
Yeah. We're not, perfection is for God, because
but excellence we can strive for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in perfection. The reason that I don't believe in perfection is that you can't be perfect. You're not God. So, but however, if you try your best, and if the quality is there, you'll slowly reach to that, what he said. I can't remember the word. Excellence?
Excellence. Yeah.
Excellence. Yeah. Sometimes, sorry about that. Like, sometimes I'm forgetting, like, words mid conversation.
Yeah, it's all it's all good. It's all good. So I think that's a pretty good start.
It is.
It's a pretty good start.
We are live on 2 channels, YouTube and Instagram.
Okay, excellent.
Excellent.
So again, we're here at the beautiful Calabro in Little Italy on Preston Street. We're going to be doing this once a month at least.
Exactly.
Right? And we're going to have different guests, and we thank you for tuning in, whether it's live or afterwards you're watching this. Until next time.
Until next time. And also, before we stop, there's something that I need to share. A lot of people, like, when I'm creating all this content, a lot of people ask me that why, like tell them a way to, like, beat the laziness, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, they're like, motivation ain't gonna cut it, because it's not about motivation that you should focus on. You should focus on momentum, because motivation is not real. Motivation is there, and you're gonna be unmotivated the next time.
So it's discipline.
It's mainly discipline. You need to have discipline, because let's say if you come across a situation where, like, you're super afraid to take action, you feel nervous, because it's normal, because we're only human, right? So the best advice that I could give you for the laziness is that think of your loved ones, because there should be, like, when you look at your parents or your kids or your wife or whoever, there should be more than one reason for you to get, like, motivated and fix your things, fix your life, and try to, like, push for more. But if you're someone who's, like, prefer simple things, then you can settle for the 8 to 5. But however, if you're someone like me, reaching for the stars, trying every single day, trying to outwork who you were yesterday, and then you gotta push for more. You might feel tired. You might feel you'll come across different situations where you're not motivated to do anything, or you're afraid to take action, or you feel anxious to take action. But whatever you come across, you have to always stick to the plan, it could be hard. It could be, like there's a saying, right? You will get hot in the kitchen, but and also there will be people coming out with plates. You're the chef.
Yeah.
You gotta cook.
Yeah. So define what's important for you and go for it.
Exactly.
Success can mean different things to different people, but define what your success is and then stay true to what will get you there.
Exactly. And also the success is it's a huge topic.
It is a huge topic. We've had these conversations before.
Yeah. So
exactly what success is and what it is for different people. So that's to be continued. Yeah.
So that is to be continued. We'll talk about success on the next episode with one of our guests.
Yes.
On the next one,
we have a couple of guests in line, so we'll see who's going to be the next one.
Exactly. And also, sorry, I was about to say something I forgot. Yeah, so the success, that part, it's a whole different topic, because it's always about what you want. It could be the spiritual life, or it could be both.
Yeah.
So if you want to be really successful, just put God first and work towards your goal every single day. You have to wake up in the morning. It doesn't have to be 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Just wake up in the morning with one goal on your mind and work towards that goal without looking at the time, and you will eventually be successful on whatever you planning on being, whatever.
Yeah. So it starts with your why.
Exactly.
Why are you doing what you're doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's great. Yeah.
That's great. So this is GrowthCast by Grassroots.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Merci beaucoup pour être avec nous aujourd'hui. J'essaie de parler un peu français pour nos écouteurs françaises.
Merci.
Oui. So thanks very much, and we'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time.